Okay, so your blower only blows out of the defrost. Here might be your problem. This is a F-250 2004. Now the important thing I want to point out, it's not a diesel. The 5.4 Triton, so it's a gas engine, okay? I watched a lot of online videos. They kept on talking about check your vacuum pump, check your vacuum lines, etc. So I started checking things out. The big takeaway is these gassers are different from the diesels. Now, every video I watched talked about a vacuum pump being like right here. And I'm looking and I cannot find, how does this thing draw a vacuum? I'm tracing out all these lines, they go everywhere, can't find it anywhere. Come to find out, on the gasoline engines, the vacuum line, one of the vacuum lines comes up here. Let's see if I can show it to you. Here's my throttle body. Right there. Right here is where, that's how it draws its vacuum. Off the throttle body assembly. You see those red lines there? Those are your vacuum lines. Okay? And there's 3 of them that come off of this thing. One goes behind everything and comes over to right. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. Right here. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what this is, but that's where it was, and that's where I put it back. Coming back over here, another one comes off and comes to this thing here. I'm sure some of you know what it is. I'm not sure, but there's a red line plugged in there. Now the main line snakes and comes over here to the vacuum side right here. That's my main, that's how this thing draws a vacuum. From here, snakes over to the throttle body. Again, there's no vacuum pump. So I traced it all out. So once I figured that out, okay, why do I have a problem? Well, they talk about your vacuum lines. I ended up replacing them. Here's my old ones. And I had this one that was just going nowhere. And I'm like, well, that can't be right. That's got to go to something. So I went down to the scrap yard and I looked at an engine that had a complete vacuum line that wasn't cut. What I found out, this right here, this is what hooks on to your throttle body. And you see those 3 vacuum lines coming off of it. The last time I had it in the shop, I had a little argument with the guy because he fixed a bunch of stuff I told him not to. And I think out of spite, them sons of bitches cut my vacuum lines. Now, I've just been living with this blower problem for the last couple winters, toughing it out, but I'm getting tired of my feet freezing. But they cut your line. So lesson to everybody, you get a little disagreement at the shop, you might want to check things out because they might do something like this. So I ended up replacing all these lines. Then I also found out, I read that your vacuum pot might have a leak. So I pulled the battery so I could get a better look at it. And look what I found on this. Here's my old one. This had some, I don't know, battery corrosion because it sits right up against the battery, as you can see. And right along that edge, there was a bunch of junk and, I don't know, something was on there. So I started scraping it off and I found these holes in it. So even if my lines weren't cut, obviously this ain't gonna work. Hard to draw a vacuum when you got a bunch of holes in the thing. So I scrapped, went down to salvage yard, which is a good deal. These were like $80, $90 online. Got it for $10 at the scrap yard. Looked brand new. Didn't see, let me get my finger out of the way, sorry. Didn't see any holes, checked it out real good. Pulled all the lines off that engine as well, which also gave me an idea because I didn't know where these things went because mine were all cut. The one scrapyard is all hooked up, so it gave me a road map of where everything went. Put the new lines on, new pots on. The new pot started up, works like a charm. Blows by your feet, blows out the vents. You can switch it back and forth. Works like it should. So, hope you got some information out of this. I was really struggling with this until I figured out that, again, the gasoline engines do not have a vacuum pump. It comes off that Throttle body right there. That's how it draws the vacuum. So hopefully this helps somebody. Good luck.